Welcome to the Heidi Thorne Show. I'm your host, Heidi Thorne, and in this podcast, I share my real-world self-publishing and small business experience with you. Before we get started, I just want to remind you to like, comment, share, follow, and subscribe. Now let's get on with today's show. In March 2022, Amazon opened up advertising availability for traditionally published authors. I've talked about how authors who get a book deal with a traditional publisher still need to build their author platform or fan base before and after publication. But are Amazon ads worth doing for traditionally published authors? I'm not so sure. Let me explain why based on my experience from running Amazon ads for my self-published books since 2016. So there's no confusion. Just for this discussion, when I talk about authors, I'm specifically referring to traditionally published authors. In the past, authors were responsible for writing books. Publishers produced, printed, marketed, and distributed them. But the thing about the publishing industry is that the competition for books or book-like content keeps increasing. This is because old books don't go away. In fact, one of publishers' major income streams is backlist books that were published years ago, sometimes even decades or centuries ago. So after a new book is published, publishers are on to the next project to keep up with all the old and new books that are on the market. At the dawn of the 21st century, you can add self-publishing, social media, blogs, and video content, which can also steal dollars and attention from traditional publishing. All of this can put a strain on traditional publishers' marketing budgets. Authors who create book content may need to fend for themselves in marketing their books. Plus, even before contracts are offered to authors may need to prove how market-worthy they are. That may mean having a substantial social media following or a history of successful book sales. I was quite puzzled at some of the enthusiasm for this new advertising capability for traditionally published authors. Let's look at this logically. The publisher who controls the distribution and availability of an author's book may discontinue or reduce marketing support for the book soon after launch. The publisher may be a big company, not a one-person author business. But now the solo author is personally taking over the hard dollar investment in marketing the book. The costs are now being borne by the author. I had to laugh during a webinar about the topic where one of the panel members said that you could test out Amazon ads for around $5 to $10 per day. As I always say, do the math. That's a potential spend of $1,825 to $3,650 per year without blinking. Even if it's half that, it will eat into any advance or royalties you earn as a traditionally published author. While it's true that Amazon is slower to spend up your daily budget when compared to money-hungry ad platforms like Facebook and Google. Did I just say that? Depending on the keywords you choose, there's the potential for you to have a spend up to that amount. Consider, too, that many authors don't earn out the advance that they get as part of their book contract deal. When you get an advance as an author, the publisher estimates how much the book will earn in its market lifetime. Then they'll estimate how much to pay the author as a portion of that. When the book has earned enough to pay out the advance, the author will earn a royalty percentage for all sales above that. As a side note, some book contracts may require that if sales are insufficient to cover the advance within a specified time frame, the author may need to pay part or all of the advance back to the publisher. Though I've heard it doesn't happen often, it is worth noting if the stipulation exists in your book contract. So author beware. Any cost the author absorbs in marketing the book will go against the amount received as an advance and any earned royalties. When presented with a traditional book deal contract, consider the potential money you might personally spend on advertising and marketing. If your advance can't compensate you properly for both the writing and the marketing of the book, it might be time to negotiate. Discuss all contracts with your agent or business attorney to protect your rights and investments. But if I advertise, the book will make more sales for the publisher and I'll get more royalties after I've covered my advance. That may be true, but again, you would have to earn over and above any advertising costs you invest to make any money. The average cost of sale needs to be less than 100% to break even on your ad cost. But that doesn't mean you're profitable. You have costs to run your author business. So your overhead percentage must be added to the ACoS, or the average cost of sale, that's what the acronym is, to figure out if your ads are performing to meet your needs. The other metric that authors will want to watch is sales conversion. This tells you how successful any particular ad is in driving sales. If you're running multiple versions of your ads, you'll be able to tell which ones are working, then adjust or drop the rest. Remember though that these metrics are for your Amazon ad campaigns and not those of your publisher. If your publisher reports how many sales are made on Amazon total, you'll be able to tell how many sales your ads are driving as compared to those of your publisher. If this is not reported, you'll be guessing at what percentage of sales your ads are generating. That would be an interesting comparison. I'd love to hear about your experience with this if you've tried it. Like all advertising and marketing, Amazon ads require experimentation. That means you'll be spending some money, maybe lots of money, to get it right. You'll also need to be doing some consistent and frequent monitoring to keep your ad costs from running out of control when compared to your results. Authors, both traditional and self-published, can get sucked into the "but it's branding" cost justification. True, your ads on Amazon are not just drivers of sales. They help your market exposure too, but overspending on advertising that doesn't yield results just wastes your money. So why did Amazon open up ads to traditionally published authors? Only Amazon knows why Amazon does anything. But let's put some backstory to the new Amazon offering. Amazon may have been hearing about traditionally published authors who want more control over their book's marketing and who are willing to pay for it. That's understandable since it's pretty well known that traditional publishers may offer minimal marketing support beyond the launch. But why are these authors so willing to do so? There can only be one reason. They're not making enough or sustainable income from their book deals. Plus, now that the Amazon ad platform is quite mature, it's very competitive with advertisers willing to spend more money to get visibility. Another win for Amazon with yet another group of hungry advertisers. Advertising on Amazon or anywhere can be quite an investment of time, skill, and money to start achieving positive ROI. If you want to experiment, fine, but monitor your results and cost consistently and frequently. I hope you found that helpful, and if you did, please rate, review, and subscribe to The Heidi Thorne Show on whatever podcast app you like to use. I'm on all the major ones, including Apple Podcasts and Spotify. If you like the YouTube video better, all you have to do is subscribe to my Heidi Thorne YouTube channel and turn on the notification bell so that you get an alert when there's a new video up. I would appreciate it if you would share either the audio or the video with your friends on social media. My self-published books are available on Amazon, Audible, and Apple Books. All you have to do is go to one of those sites, type in my name, Heidi Thorne, and a list of all available titles will be shown. If you'd like to connect with me, my website is HeidiThorne.com. Thank you so much for listening and for your support. I look forward to talking with you again in the next episode, and in the meantime, have a great day.